Okay, hello, and welcome to the weather update. It's about 9 o'clock on August 9th, 2020, and not really that bad of a day across the area. Wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. It was a little hot in the earlier part of the afternoon, but by later, like 4 or 5 o'clock, it wasn't that bad at all out. And now we're in the mid 70s across Long Island, so it's very comfortable, and we have a nice sea breeze, actually. Of course, as you go west into New Jersey, you will see temperatures around 80 degrees in the city, and as well as, let's see, it's dropped off a little bit in Tom's River too, not quite as cool as Long Island. The humidity is high, though. We have some high dew points out there. It looks like in New Jersey, dew points are in the low 70s, and same for the city. Actually, I see some mid 70s, mostly low 70s, and then for Long Island, dew point temperatures are around 70 degrees, but honestly, with that nice breeze and the temperatures in the mid 70s, you really don't feel it at all, and it's pretty comfortable out there, actually. Looking at the buoy, let's look at this buoy here. Water temperatures have dropped off, like I said, thanks to, they probably will wind up rising again, but because of Isaias, the water temperatures were, released. That's what the storms do. They release the energy and they dropped. Now, the water temperature is 73, so it makes it a lot better. It makes the sea breeze more, better, of course. So let's take it with the high temperatures were today across the area. We'll take a look at that. So what the highs were. So we had highs across Long Island, generally in the mid 80s. Generally mid 80s, upper 80s on the North Shore, mid 80s everywhere else, and of course probably low 80s or maybe even upper 70s on the South Shore. Now, if we go look at the city, obviously it'll be hotter there. We had a high 87 at Central Park, a high of 90 at LaGuardia, 82 at JFK, and then if we go look at New Jersey, of course, it looks like Miller Air Park got up to 90 as well. So they got up to 90. Yep, it was much warmer in Jersey, and that's going to be the trend, I think. The next couple of days, I think we're going to be dealing with hotter temperatures. We'll have a decent sea breeze, which will save us here on Long Island from the worst of the heat. But if you're in New Jersey, well, it's going to be another story. Nothing on the radar now. There was an isolated shower, a thunderstorm in the southern part of New Jersey, but it has now since dissipated. So we'll look at some of these observations through here. So Islip 76, 2.71, and Islip got up to only 83 at Islip today. So again, not a bad day across Long Island. There were a decent amount of cloud around, but I mean, not that bad. I mean, it wasn't that hot. It was actually cooler than I expected. Look at Farmingdale, 77 with a dew point of 68. Farmingdale got up to 85. So again, really not that bad on Long Island today. When you compare it to the alternative, which again, if we go to the other extreme, you will see, if we go look at Tom's River and Ocean County Airport, where they got up to 90. They got up to, the thing says 90, I don't know, this thing says 89, but the site said 90, so it hit 90 there. So it was hotter there for sure, and that's going to be the trend. We have a heat advisory in effect for our area because, parts of our area, mainly Nassau County, part of Long Island, and the city, and then the lower Hudson Valley. And this is going to go from noon Monday to 8 p.m. on Wednesday. High temperatures and high humidity are going to occur in this area. Don't ask me why New Jersey isn't included, but that's because, again, that's up to the New Jersey office to issue that. For whatever, the Philip Mount Holly just hasn't issued it yet, maybe because it's just so hot there. So I don't know. They're just, but yeah, you can see the heat advisory that's in the orange there. So obviously we got this ridge that we're going to be dealing with, and if we look at the upper air here, we'll go. Actually, we'll first start with the jet stream. Actually, that's what I want to first look at. Start with the jet stream here, and you will see that really just the jet stream is just not coming down into the lower 48. There's a little trough right there that tries to make it down. You can see that trough that tries to make it down around August 18th, and maybe that would bring us some relief. But before we do get that, it would probably pull up some heat. But it looks like this might be a little bit of a change that's might be trying to take place here. So we'll have to see. But this is again over 10 days away. So what do I say? Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. because a lot of times you get your hopes up, you're going to be disappointed. So you can see here we got the ridge in place here across the east. Clearly see that ridge. There it is. And that's going to keep the heat going across the area. However, we're not in the center of it. We're on the edge of it. So maybe with that northwest flow, we could get some relief there from time to time. But generally, we got this ridge. And here's that trough. And this would bring a major change. And I'm really hoping we get this trough because that would really be great. Again, this is around the 10 days from now that we would see this trough that would bring in finally a first substantial cold front through the area. We haven't had any of those. Remember where the cold front is? Let's look at the EURO. Let's see, does the EURO do it? The EURO does it as well. So there is an agreement on the models with this, which is good. EURO's flatter, though. But it does do something. And that when you see that would bring a cold front through. When you see a trough like that, you clearly see that if we change the color here, I'll draw it out for you here, that there would be a cold front right here that would wind up coming through and bringing us relief. And that is very promising. So hopefully the models keep advertising that, and this is not a carrot and a stick scenario. So maybe there's some relief in sight finally. I mean, we are getting toward, we're actually in middle August, so as August goes by, we should start seeing cooler weather. So let's go back to the GFS. And let me go back to the GFS, yeah. So look at the surface. So as we get into the week, you'll see we have that ridge in place. And then we have another high that's going to try to build in. See this high right here? But we also have the blocking ridge. So this to me looks like stall front syndrome that we're going to be dealing with once we get into Thursday. This front's probably not going to be going anywhere. We're going to be dealing with Thursday. It looks like there does try to be a high that tries to build in from the northeast, from like a backdoor kind of cold front situation for next weekend. We'll have to see if we can get that or not. Otherwise, we'll be playing with the stall front. But here you go. This would be our relief right here, and it finally brings like an actual cold front through around 10 days from now. So hopefully we can see this happen because we need that relief from the humidity. And so let's actually, speaking of humidity, let's look at that. We'll look at the dew points now. We're looking at it on a national view, so you can get an idea of what's going on. So you can see we are in the warm air. You can see there's that push, that first push of cool air, but it just, you can see the front kind of just gets hung up to our north, and we don't really get into it. But it tries to build down. As we get to the weekend, you'll see it tries to build down. Got that backdoor front type of setup right there. And then here comes our much stronger cold front, which will really knock the humidity down quite pleasantly as we get into the later part of the month. And that would just be awesome because we need that. We need relief from this pattern. It's got to end. It really does. So let me go closer into our area here onto the GFS, and you will see we stay with those with the humidity tomorrow. But you see, if you look at the wind barbs, you'll see they're from the south to southwest, which means we'll be getting a sea breeze on Long Island. Wednesday, we still have that southerly flow. So again, this is going to help us on Long Island out. It's going to help us out a great deal. Folks in New Jersey, no, it's not going to help you out. You're going to roast. Same thing for Wednesday. So we have that. You can see that dry air just to our north, and then we try to finally get some of it in here as we get toward the weekend a little bit, and then we go back into the humidity once more, and then finally we get the relief finally around that August 9th. So hopefully this can occur, and we can see that low dew point relief. Looks like something getting going. Trying to maybe something you notice over there, but we haven't really seen anything develop on the models here, which is good because we don't need another tropical system. We really don't want it. We had enough. Isaias was just a nightmare, and there's still people that don't have power. So here we go into tomorrow. So here are the temperatures in the GFS, and you will see again the pinks are over New Jersey, and We get a little pink over the North Shore of Long Island, but for the most part, Long Island avoids the 90s. Um, and I think we'll see the same thing for Tuesday as well. Yeah, same thing for Tuesday again. So if you're inland, Hudson Valley, New York City, New Jersey, you'll be above 90, but Long Island will get away with not dealing with that. And the same thing for Wednesday. So it looks like we have the sea breeze. And then here's the stall front situation for Friday, which might bring us some rain. And then so we'd be dealing with stall front situation Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which keeps the temperatures low, but chances for rain. And then after that, we heat up once more before finally cooling off. And when this other front comes through, we may be only in the upper 70s. So it'll be really pleasant. I really look forward to it. We got to get some relief here. I mean, we got to. It's very important. And I'm going to stick with the GFS. I think that's handled this fairly well. So let me go to the skies now. So we'll probably have some high clouds around, but probably not much in the way of clouds tomorrow. According to GFS, it doesn't seem to be generating much clouds. Tuesday, a little more, probably in the high cloudiness range. And here's Wednesday. Here comes that front, and you can see it just gets stuck right over us. You can clearly see it right there in the clouds. And then we finally, look at that, finally clear it out, and we have some beautiful weather here. Maybe a little wave along the front right there. I might try to mess this up, but for the most part, we have nice weather after that. So let's hope that that is the end of this misery. All right, the end of this humidity and the end of this heat. Mainly the humidity, because today was not that hot on Long Island, but for folks in New Jersey, it's a different story. Let's look at the NAM on the sky cover here. So here's Monday, and you can see, looks like it probably won't be that many clouds around, especially in the afternoon. The pleasant sea breeze, and then we have the stratus roll in, and there'll probably be more of that stratus on Tuesday. Again, because the ocean temperatures have dropped, so that means that the humidity will be able to form. There'll be a fog layer that'll form over the ocean again, keeping us cooler. I can also get the RJAM model as well. So here's the RJAM model for tomorrow, and you can see just some scattered clouds. And probably Tuesday too. I'm thinking Tuesday probably won't see that much in the way of cloudiness either. Scattered clouds. That'll be plenty of sun, which will get the temperatures up, especially away from the ocean. Okay, so I'll just go look at the NAM 12 kilometer as far as chances for precipitation go as we go into, and you'll see here, Monday looks fairly dry, maybe some isolated activity, mainly north of the area. And on Tuesday, it looks like the isolated activity would be more over New Jersey. And then here's that stall front that we're going to start dealing with for Wednesday. And if I go back to the GFS, you'll see also there's that stall front that we'll be dealing with. So you see, that could bring us some rain, which we need. We need rain. We could definitely use some. And if there's just, let's take a look at the next 10 or so, next week or so, and we'll see how much rain this gives us here as far as total accumulated precip. So hopefully we can get, all right, that's some good amount of rain right there. So we could see 1 to 2, maybe even more rain, because we're still kind of dry, especially on Long Island. New Jersey, not so much, but Long Island, yes. Let me go and look at the the other climate, the weather prediction, the climate prediction. So you can see the CPC. We'll look at the weather prediction too. So you can see here when you look at the 6 to 10 day outlook, it does have us a little bit above normal with precipitation and close to normal on the rainfall. On the 8 to 12, you can see it's a little less likely to be above normal for us, or slightly above normal on the 8 to 14, and it again has the precipitation just about average, or being in the gray here. All right, I'm not going to go any further beyond that. We can also look at the Storm Prediction Center. Why am I doing that? Because there's not going to be anything for us. I want to look at the Weather Prediction Center, because they do give a precipitation chart for us. So that didn't pull up on the screen. All right. So this is your. Let's look at the QPF analysis. This is we just see. So this is day 1 through 7. So they're not really giving us that much rain on this. It's more to the south. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can get some more rain because we need it. And some of the trees have been damaged by salt water, so we need the rain to wash that away. This is something that people have told me, and I've noticed it a little myself, that some of the trees are, the leaves are changing color prematurely, and this is what happens with salt water damage. So this happens to some deciduous trees, it happens to the white pines, but not the pitch pines. The pitch pines are salt spray tolerant, so they won't really be dealing with that. So I guess that does bring this weather update to an end. Thank you for watching, and take care.